What is going on, everybody? All right, let's get to it. Today is good. I lost you, but we are back. All right. Let's just get after it. Sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulties, but here we are. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about this psychology of momentum. And it's a really, really important piece. And I want you guys to have some fun with me today. So listen, here's the thing. We know that we're all on the internet. You're probably watching me right now on the internet if you're listening to this on a podcast later. But you have all these gurus, so many gurus, experts, thought leaders, and here the catchword of the day, influencers, right? They talk about things like morning rituals or morning routines or the miracle or magical morning. They talk about night rituals. They talk, we talk about it all the time. You talk about from the 5 a.m. club to meditation. Here's what I want you to know that guess what? They're all great. They're all right to a certain level. But it only works if you actually do it. It only works if you actually put down everything that you're doing and give it focused real time. Not a lot, but a very short period of time. And so today, I want to talk about the psychology of momentum. So how do we get into those things? How do we start to use it? Well, let's start with optimal self, right? Because this is what we do. We're truly trying to become we really are the art of becoming the best version of you, your version, like really creating it. Not finding yourself, not creating yourself, right? We talk about it. But we do have 6 principles that we live by. And I want to go through them and I want to share with you because I want you guys to see how all of these gurus and all of these things that people are saying are actually causing you more harm than good. They all work, but I want you to look at them individually. And we're going to use our principles as the scope for today. So number 1 is hydrate. What does that mean? Well, it means that your body, your brain is over 90% water. Your muscles are over 80% water. Your bones are 20, 30, 40, 50% water. And yet we always start our day with a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a cup of whatever, and we're not truly hydrating. So we have hydrate as the number 1 principle because the operating system of the brain, how your body works, it needs to function. But here's what I want you to understand is that if I told you what most people do and some of these gurus and trainers, and they're telling you how many ounces you need every day per your body weight, right? You hear it all the time. You jump on right now, you can find one somewhere. Somehow they're going to say, hey, this is what you need. But here's what I'm going to tell you is that most people can't jump in and drink a gallon of water every day. They can't. They can't. And so guess what happens? They just don't do it at all because they can't get a gallon or they can't get, 300 ounces, 150 ounces, 120, whatever it is. So they just don't do anything. So what I want you guys to say, the psychology of momentum says accomplishment is how you create momentum. So how do I accomplish? So I just say, look, 16 ounces, pinch Himalayan sea salt and some lemon. First thing in the morning. That's it. After that, do whatever you want for now, because let's see where it leads. But you see how the power of momentum is built through accomplishment. If I told you had to drink 150 ounces, even if you drank 120, which is fantastic, you still didn't hit the 150, so you feel bad about yourself. Let's talk about breathe. Principle number 2, breathe. Most of you guys are going to use words like meditation, mindfulness, whatever that practice is. And I love it. Go for it. Label it, whatever. We call it breathe because the art of the breath is what we focus on. Because you can literally change your state in 9 breaths. Your entire state, your mood, you can literally change in as little as 9 quality breaths if you've done right. We have a whole course on it. So if you want it, jump in and we'll get it for you. But again, if I told you had to do 9 breaths, you're like, oh, okay. But what if I told you had to do 20 minutes of clear mind meditation? Go sit somewhere, get a quiet place, get in the dark place. Your kids are running around, all that. You just won't do it. But if I said, spin your legs around, sit on the edge of your bed and give me 9 great breaths, and I'll show you how to do it. You see, it's the power of the psychology of accomplishment, the psychology of accomplishment. You got it done. Great. Now we move on and it doesn't take a lot of time. Principle number 3, move. Nope, it doesn't say exercise. Why? Because I don't care what you do. You want to go to Pilates, you want to go to yoga, you want to go to a gym, you want to go to CrossFit, you want to go to HIIT class, you want to go to whatever. It doesn't matter. Do it. Go. Great. But here's what I will tell you. 3 minutes every single morning will change everything about how you start your day. We have a no excuses 3 minutes. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Give yourself 3 minutes. Say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move. I'm going to do this for 3 minutes. You have 3 minutes. And the truth is that you're going to keep going. And then you're going to add more and you're going to add more and add more. But if I told you had to go to a gym for an hour every single 4 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever, most people won't do it. They just won't. Number 4, read. Again, if I told you have to read the whole book, you're like, oh my God, Jeremy, really? By when? What if I just told you, hey, give me 1 page. 1 page today. That's it. Just give me 1 page. See what happens. Give me 1 page tonight before you go to bed. Just 1. The psychology of momentum. Number 5 is write. This is one of my favorites. Journaling changed my life. Literally changed my life. Writing down things changed my entire life. The scope of my life, where it is and where it's going. Charting everything. Putting everything down. Knowing where I've been, what I did, and more importantly, where I'm going. Most people, if I told you had to sit down and write 10 pages, you're like, oh, no way. But I'll tell you what, give me 2 sentences. That's it. 2 sentences. If you want to keep going, great. If you don't, great. It's fine. But you see, we've got to create momentum. We have to build the psychology of accomplishment. And our last and final principle is be intentional. And we teach that all the time because most people are just flying by the seat of their pants. They don't know where they're going. Hell, they can't even tell you where they've been. And the moment you get intentional about your morning, about your day, about your night, any of it, they start to roll together. But again, one of our slogans, one of our sayings is the power of tomorrow starts with the intention of tonight. Tonight, just pull out your planner, pull out your calendar, look, see what's in there. And if there is nothing, figure out what you need to do tomorrow. What's important? More importantly, how do you want to start your day? But you see what I'm talking about when we talk about these gurus, experts, thought leaders, influencers. Oh, I see this girl doing that or this guy doing this. They're saying, oh, they drink a gallon of water and they meditate for an hour and they do that's all buildup, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody walks into it that way. Nobody. You see people that are super fit, they didn't get there overnight. You see people that are super wealthy, they didn't get there overnight. You see, we got to build the momentum. And the psychology of momentum says the only way to get there is through accomplishment. So if we can get these small pieces, if we can get these little things, guess what? You absolutely positively will get there. You will. Please understand. So there's a really great study. Check this out. You guys will dig this. I hope you're still around. That there's a great study about the Olympics and how the person that gets the bronze medal is happier, inherently and truly happier than the person that gets the silver medal. Now, when they're standing there, when they get them, the silver medal is better than the bronze. But what they found is that the silver medalists, because they were so close to the gold, that they are actually take less of it than, because the person who got the bronze, what is their only option? They made it to the podium. They made it. And so they're so excited because the other side of that is no medal. And so they're happier than the person getting the silver medal who actually finished ahead of them. Think about our lives. Where in our lives do we have something that's really great, but yet we aren't giving it its just due in what we've actually truly accomplished? It goes the same thing. And I say that story and I say that study because it's really interesting. Because those people that are telling you, so when you drink, they tell you need to drink a gallon of water and you only drink 3/4 of the gallon, people actually feel bad about themselves because they didn't do it. Because they didn't hit this big number. You see? But when we actually just hit the smaller, I'm not saying have small goals. Don't misinterpret me. What I'm saying is we need to build momentum. And we do so through accomplishment. So we need to figure out those things. Same thing, journaling, right? If I write and told you had to write 10 pages or read, a whole book, people are like, oh my, and you read half of it. Or even if you wrote 5 pages, you're disappointed because you didn't do 10 or you didn't do the whole book. We need to start building and winning moments, winning days, winning seconds, winning the morning. And when we do that, we start to build momentum. I'm going to tell you right now, there are many times where I've got up and I said, okay, I don't have a lot of time. I click my timer on and I only give myself a few minutes. And all of a sudden I get rolling and I get going. I can tell you the same thing. I don't want to go to the gym every day. I don't want to go in there every morning. Every time it gets up, and sometimes I know what that workout's going to be ahead of time. I'm already dreading it. I'm like, oh man, that squats are going to be heavy. And I'm like, oh man. But I'm going to tell you this. I turn around, I get up and I get down and I go to the gym and I'm never sorry I did. It always picks up. The body starts to move. The joints start to lubricate. And man, walk out of there feeling like I could leap tall buildings in a single bound, baby. All right. So listen, here's what I want. I'm going to give you today's tip. Do not set maximums. Set a minimum. Start with hydration. I'm going to have 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning, pinch of Himalayan sea salt, and a half squeeze of lemon. And let's stack those days on top of each other. You understand? We start to stack those days. We start to feel accomplishment. We start to build confidence. We start to learn the psychology of momentum. And when you build that momentum, you start building better days, better weeks, better months, better years, and a better life. You deserve it. Go get it. All right? Listen, I know I talked a lot about the principles today. So if you want more, hop on over to 𝗢𝗺𝗹.today, get in. We have them available for you, and we'll talk more about it and get you in if you want to learn more about hydration, more about breathe, move, read, write, and intentionality. We'd love to get it to you. Jump on over, give it. And as always, please, there's somebody out there that you know that we don't know. The only way we grow is if you share it. So if you got anything out of today and you enjoyed it, please give it a share. We appreciate it. And until next time, get out there and be the best version of you.